Me closely.
In a recent African-American media issue survey conducted by the public opinion research and public policy consulting firm Eviderus, KBLA Talk 1580 was found to be the most trusted, credible, and reliable source on the airwaves for Black Los Angeles and beyond.
Check it out.
We take our role seriously as your trusted messenger. At KBLA Talk 1580, it's about truth, not ratings. And when you hear us say, when we come forward, we mean it. We mean it.
That's the bottom line.
We're not going back. Not to the back of the bus, not to back alleys, not back in the closet, and definitely not back to the good old days.
Might as well forget it. No way.
We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
Talk 1580.
Another day. Welcome back to Don Amiche versus everybody. We're Krista and Daniel Griffin this week hanging out with us. How's everybody doing today? Everybody good? Krista?
Yeah, I'm great.
That didn't sound good. Come on, Krista.
Yeah, it's, I'm dealing with not feeling too well, but I'm happy to be here.
Oh, are we with a child here, or what's going on? Are we going to give birth to another?
No.
Does Sarah have a brother or sister?
No, I'm too old to have another kid. More
stop!
kids.
You're never too old.
No.
I saw a woman who was 50-some years old who gave birth.
No, I'm not. No. I need to enjoy my life and travel and do all that stuff when I can. Because my daughter, really, even though she's 22, I still do a lot for her.
So you have Ebola then?
Ebola? Yeah, is that even still around?
Yeah, it's still around.
Oh, yeah, no.
Monkeypox? What
No.
you got?
No, I don't know what I have.
Food poisoning?
I don't think it's
Separation anxiety
that.
from your
Separation.
cats?
Yes, that's exactly. I have separation anxiety for my cats.
I hope you feel better.
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry. Are those new glasses you got here? I noticed you've
You know what? The perks of getting older really sucks. Working on computers, I have to use these glasses.
Have you tried the contacts at all?
No, because I don't. The doctor said you don't need contacts. You just need to be able to read small print. So that's it. I don't need contacts. Because I take them off. I can drive. I have great vision. It's just looking at the computer, I can't. It gets a little blurry sometimes.
I think the fact that you're wearing glasses says you don't have great vision.
I do have great vision, but when you get older, you need to be able to read, the little fine print, and I can't do
Was
that.
he nearsighted or farsighted? Or you just can't?
I just can't read the fine print
Yeah.
because of the computers and because of being in a dark room with computers for many years.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, I love the light when it's low. I got all these freaking blinding lights because we're streaming on YouTube right now, which we're going to be opening it up to Facebook and Instagram soon. 1580 KBLA if you want to catch the stream online. Daniel, how are you doing today?
Man, I'm blessed and thankful to be here.
You look like you just came off the golf course there. You got the hat and the sweater and
He's
everything.
got the polo. He's got Ralph Lauren.
Yeah.
You know what, man? I'm a big fan of Cooley High.
Yeah.
I'm a nostalgic guy, and I love Lawrence Jacobs, and I feel like Boom Boom Washington today.
I love it. A lot of stuff going on today. We're going to get to a lot of stuff that we didn't get a chance to get to yesterday. Like a woman says when she's in a relationship, she doesn't believe in spending her money on her. Doesn't believe in spending her money on her, and that if she has a man, she's using his money or our money.
A lot of women are like that.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. We're also going to get to passport bros, which seems to be trending online. Men getting their passports and going to places like the DR or Brazil looking for girlfriends because black women, and I feel this is coming from a place that I've heard. I feel that there's an educated black woman who's making a certain amount of money, and they expect black men to kind of match that. And some of us can, but some of us can't.
Can I tell you that on my father's side of the family, all of the brothers married outside. They married people from other countries. There's only one that married an African American woman. Everybody else is from somewhere else.
Yeah, they want a woman whose tongue is light, who's verbiage is soft. It was a place of refuge for me when I come home. Some would say, "Oh, you want a servant." Some women would say
That's
that.
true.
Some would say, "I just want a." It's almost like they want a mother to a certain extent because they want somebody nice in their corner when they come home. It almost feels like, it looks like that to a certain extent. But as a man, I can understand. I don't want to fight. I don't want to be out in the world fighting for my piece of the pie and then come home and fight you. Mm-hmm. I don't want to do that. I want someone when I come home, and we fantasize about what a traditional marriage is like. With was it June Cleaver?
Yeah, June Cleaver.
And dinner was ready, and But I mean, listen, June's husband had to make a certain amount of money to facilitate June Cleaver's life, and that's another issue. Is that it's very hard to. Ever since we got off the gold standard and they debased the dollar, and the dollar's value has gone down. It used to be able to take care of a family of 5, on one person's salary. But now the women have to go out into the marketplace, for better or for worse. Some women want to be out in the marketplace working because they feel like they feel like being inside the house is is degrading or demeaning to a certain extent. I look at it as equal. Just because you're not earning cash for the work that you're doing, taking care of a household is a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Household kids, it's a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just as valuable as me going out and working and getting the money. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times men went and got the money and gave it to the women to manage.
Yeah.
But I can understand how some men, especially some black men who have been rejected by black women, who feel that they are setting standards too high, can go outside the country and go to the DR or Brazilian who are looking for traditional kind of relationship. And those women are all too eager to get somebody from America. Now, Daniel, what say you? How are you doing, man?
Man, I'm listening, man.
Are you married?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
But we are nearing the treasure chest of Pandora's box.
Oh, Daniel's like, don't get me into trouble with nobody.
No. I'm just listening and I'm taking it in.
Yeah,
I'm observing. Right?
Are you in a relationship at all, or?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Isn't everybody?
Yeah.
Is it one or many?
Yes. Sometimes
no, I don't do the many.
Sometimes it's two. The many's fun.
Well, it depends. It depends on you. I don't knock another man or woman, but I think at the same time, after you go through a maturation process, you're going to make better decisions.
Yeah.
Yes.
We talked about that yesterday, and if you know better, do better.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes juggling multiple women is a very hard. It's not for the cheap. It's very, you know what I'm saying? To make it run proficiently, you have to kind of have a little bread to do it and a lot of time and energy. But you also have to let people know that that's what I'm doing going into the situation and not blindside them.
Communicate. Be honest.
Absolutely. Some people are, all about, what is it, polyamory?
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's a big thing now.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to polyamory, but, I'm not... if my significant other doesn't want that, that's not something I'm going to go for. I'm comfortable being monogamous. Let's go to JW. JW, are you a passport bro?
Hey, how you doing? Let me turn on my main radio. Hold on.
All right, JW.
Oh, yeah. I really didn't want to chime in too early because I want you guys to finish the topic matter so I can have a clear understanding of which way you guys are going. But it reminds me of the topic last night with Zoe Williams. And as I commented last night, in reference to most of these men, they want a particular woman that's, old-fashioned or traditional. You have these new modern women with this new mentality, which they adapted from the white women's movement in terms of women that felt insufficient or neglected or they played a subservient role in the house and they wanted to have their rights and freedom to go out and work as a man and have an equal value.
Yeah.
And the whole society has created that particular culture. And unfortunately, our sisters have adapted that type of talking point and mentality. But alluding back to what I was saying last night in terms of the passport bros, I was referring to another podcast on YouTube. Nika Marie Dope discusses a very young lady about in her 30s. Anyway, she makes a comment about qualified women that are cheaper compared to women that are like low life or she called them genetically modified females because they're, they have this new mentality and they're bossy bees and etc. Compared to and then they're raggedy and they're immature or they're not equal to the man that they disrespect. And a lot of these guys are really successful and established with being tired of being disrespected by low caliber women because these are high caliber men. And those are some of the particular men that want to go abroad. But I like to push back against that because I really believe that our brothers need to stay home, be a man, use our mentality, use our intellect, realize women are emotional, etc. And we need to be able to dominate them. I hate to use that word in that particular context, but we dominate them mentally or be able to use some type of emotional, mental standard and characteristic where that they can gravitate to and respect and admire, and we can convert them over and deprogram them because they have been conditioned. And I call it Willie Lynch on steroids because we're in the future now. And so that was the point I was attempting to try to make last night, but I didn't get a chance to get to that very particular point, but I'm doing it with you now. But yeah, that's the main issue at hand, even though Joe was referring to people introspective and going into their own self and realizing their own faults. I'm sure there's a certain percentage of men that may need to self-identify with themselves and go within and realize what their flaws are. But a majority of these men, the large percentage of these men, are successful black males that are fed up with dealing with the majority of women that are not suitable because it's a large percentage and it's not that many qualified sisters. And this is what the Nick and Marie goes to, and she tries to teach these sisters and inform them because she speaks on the woman's mentality. She tells on these women. She tells brothers that are young in their early 20s to brothers that's up in their 50s. So she has two different demographics, of age brackets of men that listen and chime in or text and complain or write issues that they want her to speak on. And she wants these particular brothers to be enlightened on the mentality and the ego and the pride and what's the term you're looking for? Instant gratification and lack of emotional maturity that some of these sisters go through. But my perspective is this: the best thing that God ever put on the face of this earth was a black woman. And that's how I feel. And I believe they're worth trying to work with, stay with, even though she says some can be worked with and some are just gone. So, but there's different percentages, different varieties of women that's like that. So it's different categories. So that's the only point I'd like to make. And I thank you for allowing me to interject.
All right. I appreciate you, JW. I appreciate that. It's a very nuanced situation when it comes to men and women, especially black men and black women. It's very hard for a black man to try to pull himself up, especially one coming out of either a broken home or poverty. Some of us do make it out. Some of us beat the odds, and we're still struggling in the system that we're kind of placed in. And we feel some type of way when black women come at us with this expectation that we may not necessarily be able to live up to. But some black men are like, listen, I'm with you. Let's work together to get to that point. If this is the type of man you want, that's the type of man I want to be. You know what I'm saying? Let's work together. But then there's some black women who are like, oh, that's not you. I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to work with you. And so some feel like, okay, well, they get upset and they get rejected. And you see it online where they're, putting their passport, I'm going out the country, I'm going to find me a wife. All that right there is ego.
Yeah.
And sitting there saying, look, I don't need you. But it really is coming from a place of hurt. It's like, you hurt me, so I'm not going to hurt you by telling you I don't need you. And then black women are like, well, bye, go, see. I'll play you a video from one black girl. Melrose Larry Green, Daniel, has some advice for you on how to pick up black women. Oh, but hold on, Melrose, we'll get to you in a second when we come forward. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
We may be LA's newest talk station, but when you're punching above your weight, it's not about whether you can throw a punch. And you take a punch? We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. And we don't black down.
Over 100 million people around the world have felt the thrill of Broadway's most spectacular musical, Disney's The Lion King. And now you can too. Experience this breathtaking theatrical event and see why the New York Times declares there is simply nothing else like it.
Give the gift that roars at the Pantages Theater, February 2nd through March 26th. Visit BroadwayInHollywood.com.
Health is Wealth and Medicare and Covered California's open enrollment for medical insurance is here. RHJ Insurance Agency can help you find affordable rates and the plan that's just right for you and your family. Call 562-204-6120 for your free quote. Don't leave your health to chance. Open enrollment is here and affordable coverage is just a phone call away. Call 562-204-6120 for your free quote and get the coverage you need. Go to www.rhjins.com.
Shoot Your Shot SoCal, a self-service photo booth, perfect for all types of events, birthdays, concerts, festivals, weddings, and more. Send images and videos instantly via email and enhance guest experience. Contact Shoot Your Shot on Instagram. They serve Inland Empire, Los Angeles, and Orange County with friendly and reliable staff. We will see you at the next corporate event, taking still photos and boomerangs with Shoot Your Shot SoCal. Go to Instagram today and book your Shoot Your Shot Cal event.
KBLA Talk 1580 is pleased to announce a can't-miss community event.
It's a celebration.
Welcome home, Mayor-elect Karen Bass.
You gotta be kidding me.
On Saturday, December 10th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., join KBLA Talk 1580 in Leimert Park at the intersection of Leimert and Vernon for this free public event as we celebrate Mayor-elect Bass's historic victory. There'll be live performances from Brian McKnight, Wapale, Club Nouveau, and more. There'll be food trucks and a diverse array of vendors, along with the attendance and participation from community leaders, elected officials, celebrities, business owners, and other notables. KBLA Talk 1580 will host Mayor-elect Bass on the main stage at 11 a.m. as we reflect on the importance of this moment and what it means for the Black community, women, and all Angelinos who believe in the limitless potential of our amazing city. We look forward to celebrating with Mayor-elect Karen Bass and you, Saturday, December 10th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the intersection of Leimert and Vernon.
It's a celebration.
This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on, come on now.
We've got a lot to talk about. Looking for legitimate political discourse without the bear spray? Tune in and speak out. KBLA Talk 1580.
All right, let's go to Melrose. Eric Green. Hey, Melrose.
Oh, man. First of all, Daniel, I'm a big fan of yours.
Appreciate it. My first fan.
In
this arena, right?
No, you're amazing. I learned the business stuff. So I want to trade tips with you, Daniel, on meeting women. You know,
now Melrose is a Jewish guy who loves black women.
Oh, really? Okay.
A white Jewish guy who loves black women.
Okay.
When you go black, you don't go back. Look out.
Hilarious.
All right, now what do you want to say, Melrose?
Well, I want to say this first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. You want me done? Or
Yeah,
or
no.
you
You go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay. First of all, I love black women, and I'm 71. I'll be 72 by the time I'm with Karen Bass on Saturday at Leimert, at Vernon and Leimert.
Happy birthday,
and
man.
That's going to be oh man, that's going to be. Is there dancing involved?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure you can get it started. All right.
Oh, because okay. I got to know, Daniel. How do you meet black? What's the best approach for a Jewish guy? You know, I'm on Medicare. I've been a couple of Howard Stern shows in my life. I want to meet hot black women like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, and Bodylicious Beyonce.
Oh wow. Well,
that's what I mean. That's a very interesting thing. How does a white Jewish guy meet black women?
And I voted for Donald Trump also.
And he voted for Donald Trump. So you've got a lot of things going against you here, but I'm not going to say not going to say that it's impossible. I mean, I don't what tips could you offer? I think what do black women like? Black women like sophistication. They like a well-dressed man. I think that's one thing.
I got bagels.
Listen, you're gonna have to come.
I got bagels.
You're gonna have to come. You're gonna have to come more with the just bagels. Like black women like a well-dressed man. They like great conversation. They don't like you to be too pushy when it comes to sex.
How about
yes,
to make you laugh?
They do like do like men who makes you laugh.
Yeah, it's important. Very important.
Wow.
I mean, is there anything else you can add to this, Daniel?
Are you coming down there Saturday, Daniel?
You know what?
Daniel,
I plan on coming down to support.
You got to be there. You got to be there.
Yeah, I plan
Listen,
on coming down.
Don't ask me how I know this. But you know who loves your show?
Who?
And who lives in the Crenshaw district?
Who?
Sly from Sly and the Family
Oh,
Stone.
really?
Wow.
And Sly, I know you're listening, Sly. I know you're listening. Get your black ass down there to Vernon. And when you get you on stage and do dance to the music, you might like to hear my organ. I said a ride, Sally, right back in
How long have you known Sly?
Too many years.
Yeah.
I know him from West Hollywood.
Yeah.
All right. He lived in Crenshaw. And get that band together. Shout out to Tavis Smiley. Daniel, you cancel all your millionaire meetings. Come on down. Get your ass down to Vernon and Lamert. Look for Melrose Island. We'll go to Hot and Cool Cafe. Get some jerk chicken over there near Danny Blakewell's Brotherhood Crusade building near the headquarters of KBLA.
Yeah. All right. Listen, Melrose, I don't know. I mean, there is a black woman out there for you. I just don't know if she's in L.A., but there is a black woman out there for you. I don't know where.
I met a woman today. She's a hot Jewish woman. She's 84, but she looks 83.
All right, Melrose. Thank you.
Prune juice, please.
We'll see you this weekend, okay?
I can't wait for Saturday.
All right.
I can't wait for Saturday.
Love you, bro.
Okay. We'll be dancing.
Dancing to the music. Got you. Melrose is a longtime radio caller. He's he's a great supporter.
Yeah, he threw a couple of curveballs.
No, but he loves he
play baseball.
No, he loves black women. He loves black women, and he's not the first one that we've met. Remember, we had a lesbian caller who called us about a year or so ago. Black lesbian woman met a Jewish white woman, and never was a lesbian before. And fell in love.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
And, we had a great hour-long conversation with her. She drives Uber. She's probably listening right now. And she just said how she kind of fell in love with a person, which is very interesting at the end of the day.
When you were talking about what black women want versus, I guess, other women, the one thing I will say when it comes to my friends, because I have friends that are Asian, Hispanic, I don't have very many female friends that are Caucasian, but I will say that my Asian, my Hispanic, and my black female friends, the three things that I hear that are consistent is it doesn't have to be a good job, but you have to have some type of job, some type of employment coming in to let me know that you're interested in this relationship and that we're like a team.
Yeah.
Then I always hear somebody that I'm not going to be bored with, and then finally somebody that I can build a future with, and that's a big deal. Somebody I could trust, build a future with.
I mean,
those are my friends.
There's a woman out there for Melrose, but Melrose is an acquired taste. I think Melrose is going to have to find somebody who's very eccentric. Find a black woman who's just as eccentric, just like him, and there's a lot.
There's a lot out there.
Melrose, you know what, Melrose? There's a black woman who I see. I shop at this Ralph's on Ventura, and I don't even know what street it is. It's on Ventura, right next to a Taco Bell, and there's this eccentric black woman who might go for you. She dresses very beautifully. She's very eccentric. She's very nice. She's not the typical black woman, but she's, she might be your cup of tea at the end of the day. I don't know. I'll see if I'll ask her. Well, next time I see her, I'll ask her if she has a boyfriend, and maybe you two might be able to hang out. But she's very beautiful. She dresses very non-boring, I should say, is the way. Very eccentric, very beautiful. I don't know how to describe her dress, but it has a lot of flair to it. in the sense of like she has things in her hair. Her dress is always kind of just like
She's very like a Cree Summer. You know, Cree Summer from A Different World. That's one woman that I loved that was just eccentric and very different.
Not as bohemian as Cree, because she's a little bit more on the darker shade.
Okay.
But just as eccentric as Cree.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because Cree's more of a, what's Lenny Kravitz? Lisa Bonet type.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But no. Oh, God. Jerry, hold on the line. We're going to get to you when we come forward. Listen, this is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580. If you'd like to be a vendor for our Welcome Home Mayor-elect Karen Bass event in historic Leimert Park on Saturday, December 10th, email us at info@smileyAudiomedia.com. info@smileyAudiomedia.com. We're going to get you all the details that you need. That's info@smileyAudiomedia.com. All the info you need on how to join us as a vendor for our Welcome Home Mayor-elect Karen Bass event Saturday, December 10th in Leimert Park. This was a very hard fight to get to become the first female black mayor of this historic city, Los Angeles. It is well-deserved, and it is time to celebrate her win as she gets ready to do the hard work of governing the city and hopefully leading us out of this I don't want to say we're in a hole, but the situation we're in where there's a lot of unhoused on the streets, it's getting very expensive, and maybe she'll help us clean up LA, get people into homes, lower the cost of doing business in this city, and just make LA a better place. Jerry, we come to you when we come forward. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
We don't try to be all things to all people. We just remain true to who we are. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Doug Davis, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Coach Prime is headed to Boulder to try to revive the University of Colorado football program. The university announced their next head football coach over the weekend.
All you want is an opportunity to win, to compete, to dominate, to be amongst the elite, to be amongst the best. And darn it, I'm going to give you that.
Deion Sanders kept repeating a phrase that may become a motto, "Baby, we're coming." Former First Lady Michelle Obama will continue her book tour tonight at the Chicago Theater. The Chicago native is in town to promote her book titled The Light We Carry, Overcoming in Uncertain Times. After tonight's appearance, Obama will head to California for the final leg of her 6-city book tour. Oprah Winfrey will moderate that session. An online petition is calling for the School of the Art Institute of Chicago to rescind the honorary doctorate given to Ye, formerly known as Kanye West. And that is the latest. I'm Doug Davis from the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
In Hollywood, things are a little bit rough on the northbound 101 this afternoon. Between Cahuenga and Highland Avenue, we have some work in the right lane, and it is jammed up from Franklin. In Burbank, the east 134 off-ramp to Pass Avenue is also coned off today for guardrail repairs. Eastbound 60 at Peck Road, we've got a work zone that's got that on-ramp closed until 3 o'clock. Also, the ramps to both north and southbound 605 are blocked off until 3:30. On the westbound side of the 60 at the 710, there's a work zone that's got the right lane closed. Northbound 710 at Willow, we've also got the right lane closed off for some electrical work.
JP Morgan Chase is building on the investments in California to help close the racial wealth gap and build a more equitable future. Visit jpmorganchase.com/racial equity and get the tools to help reach your financial goals.
Hi, I'm Kyle, and my company is Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 to provide custom blinds, shades, and shutters at affordable prices. Our blinds are easy to install and shipping is free. Don't hire an expensive professional. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Is this the time? This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Free agent wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. wrapped up his 2-day visit with the Dallas Cowboys. Beckham is optimistic that he was signed with Dallas, but Cowboys owner Jerry Jones said he has no timetable on a decision. The Rams have made it official that Beckham is not returning. More details about Deion Sanders' move to Colorado. His 5-year, $29.5 million contract is the highest salary ever given to a Colorado football coach. Since Deion announced he was leaving Jackson State, several high-level recruits who had committed to Jackson State have changed their minds and are planning to enroll at Colorado. The road to Colorado is going to get busy. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. This sports report Report was brought to you by MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to your settlement, we're slam dunk. Call 833-MVP-WINS or check their website at themvp.com for a free case review.
If you're the victim of a car accident, call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to getting the maximum compensation you deserve, our team hits it out of the park. Call 833-MVP-WINS for a free case review.
Call on me, your MVP.
KBLA Talk 1580 invites you to join us in celebrating the season of giving by being part of the solution. As we enjoy great food, family, warmth, and well wishes in whatever our festive tradition may be, we share the beauty of the season by reaching out to the less fortunate. Please help us to help others with the KBLA Cover the Houseless Cozy Community Coat and Blanket Drive. All you have to do is drop off new or clean, gently used winter coats and blankets in the KBLA lobby during business hours, now through December 20th. All of the coats and blankets will be donated to unsheltered individuals and families experiencing houselessness. Simply bring your donation to 4434 Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles, near Vernon Avenue, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. That's 4434 Crenshaw in historic Leimert Park. During the holidays and every day, let's remember, we keep us safe. We keep us warm. We are the safety net. And together, we can cover the unsheltered. Get caught up in the spirit of the season, the spirit of love. Make a difference with your friends at KBLA Talk 1580.
I know you want to leave me, but I refuse to let you go.
Ain't Too Proud is a celebration that brings the audience to its feet.
Ain't too proud to beg, as you know it.
The Grammy-winning songs, the Tony-winning movies. Ain't Too Proud, the life and times of the Temptations. Returning to the Amundsen December 13th. Tickets at AmundsenTheater.org.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
KBLA Talk 1580.
The thrill of victory. The thrill of victory. Thrill of victory.
KBLA Talk 1580 wishes to congratulate Mayor-elect Karen Bass on her historic win as the first woman and only second African-American to serve as chief executive of the city of Los Angeles.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Bass, and welcome back to unapologetically progressive KBLA Talk 1580.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the show, and this is my very first interview, and I am proud that it's here.
We are proud to have you here. What do you want to say to the listeners of KBLA Talk 1580?
I want to say thank you from just, I'm just full of the love that I felt every place I went in the community. And I just want the listeners to know that I promise you I won't disappoint you. I will be accessible. I will never forget where I'm from, and understand that that is my primary motivation.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Karen Bass, holding all leaders accountable to you.
No matter who you voted for, no matter who you are or where you live, I will be a mayor for you.
We're KBLA Talk 1580. Talk 1580. Talk 1580. And we don't black down. We've got a lot to talk about. We knew you'd stick around. This is LA's home for progressive talk radio. Welcome back to KBLA Talk 1580.
1 second before we get back into the show. Let's go to Jerry.
How you doing?
How you doing, Jerry? You hanging in there?
Yeah. Do you know anyone willing to go out with a celibate?
Go out with a what, Jerry? I'm sorry.
Do you know anyone willing to go out with a celibate?
I can't hear you. Your life support machine is a little loud.
Do you know anyone willing to go out with a celibate?
Celibate.
Celibate. Jerry, are you not trying to get down? Or is it...
Can you?
I'm
Is a
trying
question.
to what?
I mean, are you not looking for any shenanigans in the bedroom?
I lost my hormones.
Well, Jerry, they make something called Cialis or Viagra. Or is that going to...
I can't take it. The doctor said I'm on a lot of other medications.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Jerry.
Jerry, oh no, Jerry.
I could give a back massage.
Well, Jerry, there's a website for women that are in prison and they're looking for pen pals. And they would
really?
they would probably love to communicate with you. That probably might be a great thing for you to do.
Sounds good.
Now, they might try to get in your will when you pass.
Oh, well, we'll see what happens.
All right.
But we'll see.
All right. If you call me back, I'll see if I can find that website for you, and then we'll get it to you, okay?
We'll see what happens. I'm from the old days. I'm into regular mail.
Oh, no, these are women. These are women.
No, he's talking about mail.
I'm not into website.
Mail, no websites, like writing letters and stuff.
Mail.
From the old days.
Yeah, he's old school.
Well, no, no. Well, so Jerry, these women, they post their profiles on a website, but you can write them.
Yeah, I do regular mail.
Yeah, they would love to talk to. There's a lot of women who are locked up behind bars, who would love to communicate with you.
Sounds good, but it has to be regular mail.
Yeah. Well, no, Jerry, it'll be regular mail. But just understand, Jerry, just listen to me. If I give you the website and let you know, they're in jail, though. I just want to let you know that.
Oh,
They're in jail. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm not at the website, but we'll see what happens.
All right, listen, man. I'll write them. I'll send you. I can even give them like what type of women do you like, Jerry? Are they black, white, Hispanic?
Well, I'm open. I'm open to meeting a lot of women.
Do you care if
I'm looking for the friends with benefits deal. You heard about friends with benefits?
Well, but Jerry, you just said that you can't do anything. You're.
No, I know that. I could give a back massage. That was my level of benefit.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm pretty sure there's somebody. Listen, Jerry, let me find the website, and then we'll see if we can facilitate the romance for you online. I mean, through the mail, okay?
Thank you.
All right. We love you, Jerry. Thank you for hanging in there.
Day.
You know, Don, when you said that he can't do anything, that's just with his genitalia. He has other parts that he could make people happy with, I'm sure.
Listen, I wouldn't want Jerry to move too much. I would feel like that we might get a flat line somewhere, when it comes to Jerry.
But that's a great way to die, especially for a man that's lonely. He'd be happy on his way out. Are you kidding me?
I don't know if Jerry can even move. I mean, you heard that machine that's all hooked up to him.
Sound like Darth Vader.
Yeah, right. Like,
I didn't know what to do. I'm just listening.
Yeah, I mean, Jerry's, is I don't know. Did you guys, let's get to the passport bros.
Yes.
So, there has been a thing with men in this country. Let me see if I can find the video real quick, and I'll play it for you. Because one woman read this guy the Riot Act, and it was a little mean for what he said, or what she said to him. But a lot of people are talking about this passport bro stuff, and I just wanted to comment on it. Let me see here if I can. There we go. So this was off of TikTok, and this is a guy, I guess he's working in Amazon, or working in an Amazon delivery truck, or for delivery, and he's talking about why men are going outside the country seeking women. Let's see here. Come on now. Oh, is the video deleted?
What I don't get about passport bros. For a group of women you claim to dislike so much.
There's just a certain demographic of women in the United States that are just not worth it for us anymore. I've even seen women come on here demanding to see our paychecks, demanding to see our plane tickets. You know what I mean? Wanting proof. But you're strong and independent. Trying to knock men for working warehouse jobs, you know what I mean? Working at McDonald's, not out selling drugs or breaking the law. He's building his purpose. And that shit got you guys in your feelings. It doesn't make any sense. We only make these videos to show how asinine you guys are.
So that was the guy saying why he's a passport bro and why he's going outside the country to find another woman.
Yeah, but if you're I think as we get older, things change. So, of course, in my 20s and my 30s, I probably was not very reasonable. But as I got older, and I think as women get older, at least, I mean, I can speak for my friends and probably a lot of women. When you get older, there's things that are more important to you, so you calm down a little bit. I don't think people...
You want to hear the woman's response to
But
this?
how old is she? That's the thing. It's like if we're looking at a 30-year-old, I would expect the response to be, a little spicy.
The response is spicy.
Yeah.
So, you heard his response of why he's going out. So this is her response to him.
The women who are asking the passport bros for proof of a boarding pass or pay stub are not asking to see if you guys are suitable partners. It's us asking for proof that you're actually leaving. Because it seems like you guys are sitting your asses in your American homes, flashing your passport, but not actually using it like you said you would. At the head of your video, it says, "You said you didn't need us, though." Where in my video did you hear me say that we needed you? You guys are trying to paint this picture of us begging for you guys to stay, when we've been urging you, encouraging you to leave. Why are you still here instead of on that plane? Where's your boarding ticket? Where's your wife? Where's your happy family? Like, I'm invested now. When's it going to happen? You say these videos are being made to prove something about us. And I want to mention, it's not just videos, it's entire accounts, whole pages dedicated to a demographic of women that you don't like. Which brings me to a question you guys have yet to answer. Why are we on your mind so much if you want nothing to do with us? Instead of mingling and meeting potential foreign wives, you're on here bickering with women who you don't like, just to tell us why you don't like us. It's giving middle school catfight, like major feminine energy. I'm going to end with this. I am very passionate about travel, so to all of you who have finally obtained a passport, congratulations, I am very proud of you. As a well-traveled woman who's been to Australia, New Zealand, Hawaii, Costa Rica, Japan, and all over Europe, I want to give you newcomers some traveling advice. Don't waste another minute thinking about us. You don't have to prove anything. Just book your trip and leave.
Wow.
She sounds a little spicy.
Yeah, very. Not a little, very.
I think that women like her, when they get older, will start to see themselves by themselves, maybe.
Right. And that's a big thing, though, Don. And you nailed it. Because I have some friends that are older that are like, I'm going to die alone. And they change a little bit. They calm down a little bit. They're not so demanding. Because all these, throughout this, especially my very, very close friend that lives in Nevada, you have to do this. All of a sudden, her big list has just shrunk. And now she's just fighting to, keep a guy, and she's calmed down. She's not as demanding. She doesn't have all these requirements because she wants that companion.
Yeah, I mean, and for some black men, I don't want to blanket all black men. For some, there are things that prohibit black men from traveling. Child support may be one of them. Finances may be another one. Children from previous relationships might be one of them, and that women don't have to necessarily deal with. I mean, you don't necessarily have the government telling you can't have a passport because you're behind over $2,500 in child support payments.
Yeah.
That's just one exception. Criminal background might be another one. You know what I'm saying? And so there, but I think what's happening is that you hear black men who are hurt by the hands of black women, and they want to hurt black women back, and that to me is the bigger issue here. It's communication, really, when it boils down to it. It's like, because really, why are you going back online talking about I'm a passport bro and I'm going to go to so-and-so country to get a woman, and like, well, just go do it. But they're being hurt by the black women who they love, who they want to be with, and who maybe might be rejecting them because they are not living up to a standard that they feel that the black women feel men should be at. And we're not a monolith when it comes to finances. I mean, some of us, we're all over the place. Some of us are doing extremely well. Some of us are behind the 8 ball, and we're trying to play catch up.
Yeah.
And it feels bad that for some, it may feel bad that you are knocking me because of my upbringing and my experience in life as I'm trying to play catch up to maybe where you're at, and you maybe didn't have the obstacles that I had. Yeah, Andy.
These dudes sound like MGTOWs.
Sound what?
They sound like MGTOWs.
What is that? MGTOWs?
It's an acronym for men going their own way.
Men going their own way.
Yeah, they're anti-feminist, misogynist.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. If you Google and YouTube MGTOW, MGTOW, it's just sad.
Have you, Daniel? Have you run into women like this at all? Or?
You know what? I've seen it all. We've all seen it all.
Well,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
The
Of
longer
course.
you live, the more you see, right?
Yeah.
I take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, me too.
People conform. Reality sets in as you get older.
Yeah.
So you lower your standards.
True.
And you start to do things that you normally wouldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
And I always go back to my saying, if you know better, you do better.
Yeah.
When you say you lower your standards, are your standards too unrealistically high from the get-go, or are you living in fantasy land at a very young age?
Well, it's like this. It's like going to a buffet. Mm-hmm. People like variety, right? So it's just certain places people travel to because some people don't like hunting, right?
Yeah.
Some people don't like to chase.
Yeah.
Some people like to pay to play,
or maybe they want to be chased,
or vice versa,
yeah.
right? So fantasy island, right? So you got to be careful of that because what you do in the dark is going to come to the light,
Of course,
right? And you bring things home, and unfortunately, you can't go through customs when you go bringing emotional and bringing back these spirits and these not so worthy things back home with you.
Yeah.
There's no customs for that, right?
Yeah.
So you got to be careful of people that travel abroad for certain things that they don't do when they're at home.
Yeah. And here's another thing, though. Like, if you can't take care of a woman here, why do you think you can take care of a woman in the Dominican Republic or Brazil at the same time, too? And I understand wanting a traditional woman because I think women are trying. I think women have been dealing with a level of trauma where they feel that they are not on equal footing. And they felt that they're not on equal footing, although I've never not viewed a woman as equal. I just view us as different. We all have powers and strengths in different ways because we're built differently. We're made differently. We're not the same type of individual, and so, but women have felt, I guess, an inequality in regards to men, and so they don't want that traditional lifestyle. They want something else, although I feel some come back to that traditional lifestyle as they get older. Companionship, children.
It's very important. Yeah.
I've talked to a lot of women who want a career, and then something flips.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's
your age sometimes as you get older.
What do they call that? The biological clock starts ticking, and then they're like, I want a man and I want a baby all of a sudden. It's weird because I'm like, what?
And there's some men that are like that too, because I have some guy friends that are now. They are married, and one specifically, and they didn't have kids, and he's kind of freaking out because he's like, we don't even have an offspring, and she's she is too old to have an offspring, and so there's that conversation like, I want an offspring, how are we going to do this if you're not able to have kids? So I think men think about this too. It's, not just women as they get older, when you hit that 45-year-old mark, everything changes because you realize I'm halfway dead almost.
Yeah,
so you have to. I'm sorry, you guys.
Oh, that was
things change. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm sorry.
Let's say we're gonna smooth that out. Let's say we're in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we're in the fourth. I love that. Yes.
We're on the back nine. We're about to win the game. We're on the back nine. Come on, let's go.
Everybody's cute at that point. And I don't drink.
Yeah, listen. I think for our younger people, the one thing I can say is what Will Smith said when he went on Trevor Noah's show is that we just need to be kind to each other.
Yes.
And I think women have expectations, and it's not wrong to have those expectations. You should want what you want, but I think also put into perspective the plight of the black man in this country and what we're dealing with, because there are things that you don't know that we go through that are kind of keeping us chained. Maybe decisions we've made, but don't knock us for our learning experience because we're all learning as we grow through life.
A little PTSD, so to speak. Right?
Yeah, little PTSD, little juvenile mistakes we've made that are are hampering us into adulthood.
Oh, but disclaimer: not to compare anything to what our veterans or anybody that's experienced trauma. We don't mean it like that. We just
No, but it's post-traumatic stress disorder. I mean, PTSD can come in many forms. It can come in relationship forms. It can come from being on the battlefield and being in war. But PTSD is a real thing in regards to even growing up in a system where the family atmosphere is in life. I know
inner
people,
city with gangs, violence.
I know people who grew up with two parents and they still have issues from dealing with their childhood. We're all dealing with levels of trauma, and we're all trying to correct. I think the better issue is that person that you're looking at working on themselves and trying to better themselves, and you're dogging them out. You know what I'm saying? Compared to a person who's not working on themselves and just, existing or whatever, and you're dogging them out. So we just need to be kind to each other at the end of the day. And the passport bros need to stop flexing your passport. And some women need to stop nitpicking. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be kind to each other and love each other. And you know what? If that person doesn't meet your standards, don't be mean to them. Let them go with God and just say, you know what, I love you, and you're just not for me.
How does this factor in your guys' opinion as things are changing? And it seems like the younger people that are, what I call the Gen Zs, their sexuality is more fluid. So what do you think about that in relationship to what you're talking about?
Well, you know what? We'll get to that when we come forward. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
Say the quiet part out loud. KBLA Talk 1580.
Will Smith opens up about the infamous Oscar slap. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News. As a guest on The Daily Show, Will Smith opened up to Trevor Noah about the incident with the Oscar host and comedian Chris Rock at this year's Oscars. Will Smith, who won his first Academy Award later that night, was promoting his forthcoming film, Emancipation, when he spoke with Noah about what life has been like since the shocking incident.
That was a horrific night, as you can imagine. There's many nuances and complexities to it, but at the end of the day, I lost it. And you just never know what somebody's going through. Not that justifies my behavior at all. We just got to be nice to each other, man. The thing that was most painful for me is I took my heart and made it hard for other people. I understood the idea where they say hurt people hurt people.
Yeah. I'm Maisha Cairo, and that's your K-Black Minute News.
Congratulations to Trinity Unlimited Childcare for being KBLA Talk 1580's Office of the Week. Into your business today in the KBLA app or KBLA1580.com for the Office of the Week. Congratulations to Trinity Unlimited Childcare.
When you're the victim of a car accident, who goes to bat for you is crucial. We're MVP accident attorneys, the personal injury pros. Hiring the right law firm can be the difference between a rewarding settlement and striking out. Our team is in it to win it, and we'll fight to get the maximum compensation you deserve. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for your free consultation. Call 833-MVP-WINS.
Call on me, your MVP.
At Cedars-Sinai, we're honored to be named the #1 hospital in California and the #2 hospital in the nation in U.S. News & World Report's Best Hospitals Honor Roll. We're also proud to be named #1 in 6 specialties in Los Angeles. Thank you to our physicians, nurses, academic leaders, and thousands of other team members who bring their best to Cedars-Sinai every day. Learn more about our top-ranked care at cedars-sinai.org.
Have you been court-ordered to take parenting classes? Call 323-804-8469 for a free class. That's 323-804-8469. February 6th, courtesy of Strengthening the Black Village, a nonprofit organization.
Did you know it pays to drive electric? With government rebates, you'll save thousands on the purchase of a new or used EV. And the more you drive, the more you'll save, both on fuel and maintenance far into the future. Start seeing savings today. Learn more at ladwp.com/EV. That's ladwp.com/EV.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where hate loses and love wins.
So you were talking about young kids and their fluidity as far as looking for love.
Yeah, their sexuality tends to be fluid. Something I'm noticing.
I think that's a phase.
You think so?
I think that's a phase. I think that they're looking like... Listen, not to say that like the homosexual lifestyle has been around since the beginning of time.
Mm-hmm.
But the fluidity of love, I think that as you get older, you're going to you may dibble and dabble and mess around, but I think you're going to fall into your own pocket of where you're supposed to be eventually in time. I was listening to comedian Mark Nomad. I think he was on a podcast, and he said his friend said, "Yeah, I think I might be gay," and he was like, "Oh, really? That's good. Yeah, it's 2022. Do what you do." And he says his friend said, "Yeah, I kissed a guy with a beard, and I felt that stubble." And he was like, "I'm not gay." You know what I'm saying? So I think it sounds great, and young people, they have, especially my girlfriend's daughter, when I listen to her talk, there's this worldview of openness towards everything.
Yes, I hear it all the time.
You know what I'm saying? To where it's like, you can be whatever. But I think what's happening is that's just because they don't understand their identity and they haven't grown into themselves later on. And this is a lot of programming that's coming at them, and it seems trendy and it seems cool and it seems like that's where the world is going. But I think as you start to figure out who you are as an individual, when you start growing and you start hitting your 20s and more so into your 30s, then you're going to really start to realize, what do I want?
Right.
Not what does society say I should do. And I think Gen Z, although the fluidity of the lifestyle may be open to it, as they start to experience it, and I think it's a good thing to experience it if that's what, if you're down for that, you're going to feel like, oh, that's not for me. I really don't like women, or I really don't like men, or I like X, Y, and Z, or maybe I like both. I think they're going to start, as they get older and start to understand themselves a little bit better, you're going to really realize what you really like. Because I think a lot of these young kids don't know who they are as an individual.
Of course.
They're just dealing with programming from society that's out in the world sphere right now, and that they're ingesting it. And it sounds good. Why wouldn't you want to love everybody? What's the difference between a man and a woman? Why can't if I'm a man, fall in love with a man, or a woman fall in love with a woman, or fall in love with three people? And then it's not until you start going through the nuances of life, you're like, oh, that's really having a throuple is really not that kind of, it's very complicated when people start falling in love and emotions get involved. More of this conversation when we come forward. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Doug Davis, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Incoming House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries is calling out former President Trump over recent comments insisting the Constitution should be terminated.
The Constitution is sacredly obligatory upon all. That means you, Donald.
Speaking to reporters, he called out Republicans by saying it shouldn't